have one more question for the atheists, agnostics, and non-believers. Have you genuinely sat down and thought, what if when I die, I get to heaven and God's real and I have to see him face to face and I denied him my whole life? What is he going to say? What are you going to say? What are you going to say? I really want to know.
What would I say to God after a lifetime of denying him? I would ask him questions that partially related to why I denied him. I would ask him why he allowed the kind of suffering that he allowed to occur. Why do you allow children to get cancer and have to go through painful and draining treatments and surgeries? Why do you allow women who have done nothing to anybody to get raped by men who have a mental issue? Why do you allow people to starve to death on a planet filled with resources? There would be a whole bunch of things I would ask. I would ask him if he was truly all-powerful. And if so, why couldn't he stop those things? Why did he allow those things? And if he's not truly all-powerful, then why are we here worshiping him? I would ask him how he allowed thousands of young boys to be assaulted in places that were dedicated towards worshiping him. There'd be a whole bunch of questions. It wouldn't have anything to do with how we came to be or why we came to be. It would mainly revolve around, why have you allowed this to happen? Is this what you had in mind? Is this part of your plan? You guys always want to know what we would say in the face of a supreme being that we denied. How come you don't ever ask what that supreme being would say in defense of his or her actions? If everything is God's will, if everything is per God's plan, then it's all on God, the good and the bad. The baby that gets adopted by the family that is going to love it for the rest of its life, and the kid that dies of starvation in some African nation. He gets praise for the kid that beats the cancer, but he doesn't get blamed for giving the kid the cancer. He doesn't get blamed for the thousands who don't beat the cancer. Why are you asking us what we would say in the face of a divine being that we have denied, instead of asking what that divine being would say in defense of the actions it has allowed to happen?